We didn't start in 84 and we don't got our own shoes. Can't jump that high but got a plethora of moves. Didn't join the MLB, you saved the Looney Tunes. We ain't ballin' 92 for the red, white, and blues. Our feet's a little different, you can catch us on the tube. But we don't come on before the 10 o'clock news. More like Stephen A, we report and share our views. There's no weapon formed against us, we ain't got no Jordan rules. But this here's our Jordan episode, not Bernie's nephew. I'm talking 23 like the number on my kicks. I'm talking 6 rings from NC at 6'6". ROTY, how many MVPs? 5. 10 scoring titles, yeah, that's who we trying to be like. Hall of Fame game, try to beat us, shot denied. Alright. What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to Kiona and Kasson Podcast. This is, as we like to brand it, the Jordan episode, number 23.
That's right.
Exciting news for us, guys. We reached our 100 subscriber mark.
100.
Oh, yeah. So I'm
100.
being, shout out to that. Shout out to all the new people, everybody who's been with us since, not like we're crazy high up, obviously, but
hey,
it's a nice milestone.
It's nice to reach,
Yeah. So
we have 100 people that dig what we're doing.
Yeah, and we're in 23 episodes, so people stuck with us,
Because at the end of the day, this conversation we would probably have anyway. Not even probably. We would hang out, and it naturally evolves to stuff we're talking about. We're just now recording it, and
usually it's like some TV thing that kind of just drags you into a conversation, but yeah. So anyway, yeah, man. Here we are, episode 23.
Yeah, 23 weeks straight.
It's been a cold ass motherfucking week.
Cold day.
It has.
It's been cold as shit.
This is the coldest day so far.
It's been snowy as shit.
Yeah. Today was pretty cold. Yeah, it was like bitter cold.
It was more than brisk.
Right. But it was a good like 25.
Yeah. But the wind was...
In the morning it wasn't like that. When I left for work, it was probably like 6-7 degrees. My car was iced
it
over.
was fucking cold.
So I left at 6:30 this morning.
Yeah, that's like
6:35.
10 minutes before you. 6:20.
Yeah, it was... Well, so I guess it was... I guess I thought it was warmer than it was.
I mean, it might have been here.
Maybe,
like,
I don't know.
I'm a little further out, too. So
Well, no, because I'm like right on the lake. I'm 10 minutes away. So, So I guess it just...
Yeah.
It was just cold. I don't fuck you.
It was just so cold. Maybe it was like, I don't know.
Some shit.
Some polar vortex type stuff.
Farmer's Almanac nonsense about this winter.
They said it's supposed to be mild.
Fuck the Farmer's Almanac.
It ain't even
Give
winter
me
yet.
1 year that it's actually been
It's
accurate.
not even winter yet. It's cold.
It's not winter yet.
No.
Not officially.
Yeah.
The date hasn't come.
So technically I have a fall birthday.
Yeah.
By 5 days.
Yeah.
So fuck that shit.
Nah, that's bullshit. You're in the winter, son.
Dude, this is in December. It's winter.
Yeah.
I mean,
You're weeks before Christmas.
Like a week.
Well, right.
Pretty much. So,
For the most part.
yeah.
Well, anyway, you know what we've been talking about all day.
Pretty much. Nothing.
That's how our weeks have been. Cold. Beyond that, what else do we have that have we done all week?
I mean, just trying to get some shit together at work. So when I'm not, thinking about podcast related shit, just doing that this week. Our cousin Ashraf, shout out to him.
Yes, shout out to
getting married
Ashraf.
Yeah, shout
tomorrow,
out to
so we're
Ashraf,
kind of
yeah.
getting some pre-wedding preparation shit going on.
Definitely.
No, cheers to Ashraf.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, other than that, it's been just nothing but cold. So
No, it's been a brisk one, but it's winter. You gotta expect it. We're from Chicago. If you don't it takes a little while to remember it gets cold.
Yeah.
But as soon as you that first real cold day, you're just like, all right, well, I'm numb to this shit now.
It doesn't take
as
a
soon
while.
as it gets done,
It doesn't take a while to remember that it gets cold. It takes a while to remember what it feels like and then get used to that.
Well, that's what I'm saying, I guess, for the most part. You got it's a shock. You're like, oh, god damn, that is a cold, cold day. And then the next one is just like,
It was so bad. Yeah, it was just intense.
We adapt so easily. Think about the first 40-degree day after the winter. Motherfuckers got their windows down. It's a weird day. Everybody acts like it's summer. But it ain't summer. It's mad cold outside, but fucking everybody outside, windows down, blasting music.
Right.
Yep. It's a weird fucking feeling.
People barbecuing and shit. Fucking birds came back.
It's like it's 40 degrees.
Oh shit.
But then think about it the opposite way. The first 40-degree after the 40-degree day after the summer.
Oh yeah, because
You're like, oh shit, it's cold.
it's usually because
What
it's
the
gone from
fuck?
70 degrees one day to 40 the next day. That's why
It's
it's
the real. It's the biggest drop off. Quick.
I hated it. But anyway, I guess all things considered, you look at the different regions of the United States that have been having crazy disasters going on.
Man, you have this
we
mudslides
kind of
right
got
now.
to be prepared to that. So
Mudslides in California right now. California's getting.
California.
Yeah, because now it's raining a lot.
So they had a really big rain, event, I guess. But now there's mudslides after the rain.
Dude,
and flooding.
That's fucking crazy, man.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah.
California,
Fires.
they're in their thoughts and prayers.
Definitely.
Yeah, for sure, man. Everybody.
Well, not to just offer thoughts and prayers, but there are, donation sites people could.
Yeah, no, most definitely. You guys should definitely take a look, and maybe we should probably try to find one that, and link it in the description below.
Yeah, we'll contribute a little bit.
Yeah, so.
Yeah.
Got to pack, switch, preach.
Indeed.
That's definitely true.
But yeah. So let's move on to something else from sad natural disasters. We've pretty much only gone over my week and the fact that it's cold.
Yeah.
Anybody else?
Do you want to go
Anything
first,
else?
Oh, I mean, I work outside, so it's cold. I don't know what else to tell you guys other
So
than
it's just
that.
further cold.
I've been looking forward to this wedding. Actually, on Saturday we had my company Christmas party, which was cool.
That's nice.
It was an excuse for a date night and
Of course.
whatnot. We went with my mom and dad.
You can dress up a little bit,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because my dad works for the company too. So
Oh, nice.
yeah. So it was my
Did
mom
your
and
mom
dad.
go?
Huh?
Your mom go?
My mom and dad
Beautiful.
and Vivi and me.
That's
It was
good.
pretty cool. It was a nice time. We had a good time and we hung out. Had some. It was open bar. And then as soon as they said it switched to cash bar, excuse me. I don't know, 10:15. I was like, "V, let's go."
Yeah, that's
Done with this. I paid for the open bar, not for the cash.
That's my cue. As soon as I start paying for drinks, I'm
That's my
like,
cue.
So you
son.
didn't even kick out 2 people. Well, I'm not again. Okay, whatever.
Huh?
I was
No,
tipping
by
open
the time,
bar.
no, I was nice.
Okay.
I was tipping open bar, but
Good.
I'm not trying to pay
You
afterwards.
should always tip for open bar. Just
Yeah. Oh no,
say
no, I
the
did.
PSA.
No, I tipped.
Well,
I tipped.
Little-
I just
little
meant
PSA.
I'm not gonna pay. I didn't want to pay for drinks after the cash bar. After an open bar closed and it became only cash bar.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, I don't feel like paying for drinks anymore because I paid my ticket for the open bar.
Yeah.
Plus, that was nice. It was at U.S. Cellular, so I was like, all right, fuck it, we driving home. I'm good.
Wait, what do you mean? U.S. Cellular
The company party was at U.S. Cellular.
Field?
Yeah.
What?
You mean guaranteed rate?
Oh, guaranteed rate.
Yeah, I was thinking.
I call it. I used to. Listen. I just got used.
I thought they were some U.S. Cellular office or something. And I was like, hold up, that's in Detroit.
My bad. No, I just got used to calling it U.S. Cellular. I can't get. It was Comiskey for so long.
You should only call it Comiskey.
I'm sorry.
I do. It's not guaranteed. It is guaranteed rate. You are right about that.
Yeah, I mean, I just don't give a fuck about that.
It's no longer the Sears
But I
Tower,
only
but I
call
don't call it the
no,
Willis
yeah,
Tower.
It's not the Willis. It's not the Willis Tower.
I don't know. It's funny. I
There's
don't
no
think I ever think about referring to it as
Yeah.
the Willis Tower.
No.
I think I was talking about it today.
There's no reason to.
No, it's not the Willis Tower.
Only
They
always
changed it to
Willis.
John Hancock. You know that, right?
Uh,
I don't know why.
no.
Yeah.
I truly didn't know that.
They are changing it. It's now formally known as. I swear to God, when they refer to it,
Like Prince or some shit, it's just
when-
a symbol now.
when they refer to it,
it's just a symbol of the building, like the
There-
silhouette of the building.
They just had a fire in it, which is a very
that sucks.
serious
That
topic.
sucks, yeah.
But when they talked about it, they referred to it as the building formerly known as the John Hancock Center.
Stop it. No, I didn't know that. I feel
That's
Oh,
that's like them changing the name of Empire State. The same
What's
thing as them
What's up?
changing the fucking Sears Tower. I guess those are like the two.
man. I mean, listen.
it will never
at
be
the end of
the
the day-
Willis Tower, so you might as well fucking sell it or change the name back.
At the end of the day, it's a business, right? People are gonna buy things.
No, I don't
whatever.
subscribe to that.
Yeah.
No, you have.
I don't.
They don't give a fuck. Money is money. If they don't want to have business, they don't want to have ownership of it anymore.
But
then
dude-
relinquish it.
Excuse me. If you're talking about money here, brand recognition is the best fucking way.
Agreed.
Yes.
But people also are egotistical and they want their name on things.
So then it's not about money.
Trump.
That's just
For
about
instance,
Furthering yourself.
yeah. That's ego.
It's what did I just egotistical? I
You
just
said it's a money thing. It's a business.
Yeah, but money and ego
So, yeah, I
at a
think
higher
at this
level
point
go
is-
hand in hand.
Well,
Don't you
yes.
think?
Yes, they do. That's the
They-
problem.
yeah.
Money and ego go hand in hand. But I mean, the money's not gonna be where the ego is. Sometimes you gotta separate them.
I would keep it.
You
I'm
have to
not arguing that I would.
Well, no. I'm saying though, like, I mean, I'm arguing with the businessman, but
I'm just saying.
feel like,
in my opinion, it just seems like it's only natural because people are just like vain and they want to like have this big ass building. And fuck that! It ain't Sears Tower anymore. It's my name, Willis. Who the fuck is Willis?
I guess when you have the money to buy that building, you probably can worry about the money thing later.
Exactly. Money's coming anyway because people aren't moving out of.
But what the fuck
Willis Tower?
What is Willis though?
Sears Tower. Huh?
What the fuck is Willis?
I'm just asking,
who
the fuck is Willis?
Exactly.
How did we get on this topic?
We get on topics in crazy ways.
No, but this is a dope topic because if you think about like a lot of things change their names and shit like that, and it's weird. Like, though, I'm surprised the United Center hasn't changed.
Well, so it used to be the Chicago Stadium.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm talking about since.
Well, so
it's like '94.
So my point in saying that is that it might just change soon, or later,
I hope not.
No, I think it's beneficial for it to be called the United Center for United because they're based out of Chicago too. You know, of course. So I don't think that's gonna change unless they move out of Chicago.
That's true. That's a good point. But like it's been
a little,
the stadium since '94.
Story on that. Just my grandfather on my mother's side.
Mm-hmm.
So her father, he helped build and design Chicago Stadium as well as United Center.
That's really dope.
So
that's really dope.
Oh, yeah.
I think I was in the Chicago Stadium.
Chicago Stadium for sure. United Center, he was more of like a shot caller. You know.
Did you ever go to the Chicago Stadium?
Oh yeah.
I don't think I ever watched them.
And Jordan play.
I
was like, no! Like, you know?
I think I went to like a Disney on Ice thing or something.
I saw Vip and Horace Grant though. Horace Grant did his thing that night. It was like 25 points, like 15 rebounds, some shit like that.
That's dope.
Yeah.
We went to one Bulls game with Michael Jordan in '97. They actually we went, man, crazy cool fucking story. Actually, we went in the morning. And remember, you were with us,
I thought
right?
it was 98.
97. It was 97 playoffs. And we went in the morning. It was weird. We went. They were like, okay, you come here at this time in the morning and you get in line, and there's a chance you get tickets. So we waited in line from like, early as fuck, and we were just standing there waiting. They separated us into lines. Was it a red and blue line, A and B line, something like that. And we're still standing there. I don't know how. We were there for hours, dude, all day. And eventually they, for some reason, everybody was like, oh shit, they're going to let that line go and they're going to let us go second and shit like that. There was all the speculation. Man, it was weird. But they let our line go first and we were able to buy tickets. It was fucking dope, man. It was just like, and we bought them for mad cheap. They were nosebleed. We were like all the way up. But like for $15.
Yeah.
Pretty dope back then.
And it was cold as fuck. I remember having a big ass jacket on and shit.
We waited a lot. We waited with Alma Munir.
Yeah.
Man, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, for sure.
That's crazy, yo.
Yeah.
Memories, man.
Hell yeah. That's pretty cool, man, to think about that. I haven't thought about that story in a long time.
But I don't know where that stemmed from. Because we're talking about your week, and I don't know where that stemmed from.
Yeah, I don't. We went to.
We've gone a couple different places here.
Yeah, who knows. But the week was what it was. But I wanted to say actually, it was pretty cool though because we were able to see the field.
Yeah, my fault. Yeah.
No. That's really the only point of it. Because other than that, it was cool. But I wasn't like necessarily blown away by the party.
Gotcha.
But this was our view as we were eating.
Oh, that's perfect, man.
Oh, you guys were in
you
like
have
a
no
box.
idea how many times I went to run on Comiskey.
You wanted to run on Comiskey while you were at the game?
No.
That would be
like,
hilarious if I was watching the game.
So, okay, that's like playing...
No, I get what you're saying.
I want to run on that court.
I just had an idea.
But, like, man, to play first base...
Go streaking!
To play first base, first or third base on that field, man, that's legendary, yo.
Have you ever been on the field over there?
I've been on Wrigley Field twice as a youngin' for their camp.
Never U.S. Oh, well, Comiskey?
I could never do it. Yeah, never Comiskey. It was always booked. It was weird, yeah.
Which is
the
weird
Cubs
because
and
their
the
stadium
Sox,
was never booked.
Cubs and the Sox, that sucked at that time.
Yeah.
Like when I was a youngin', wanted to do the camps and stuff. So I did like Chicago Bulls camps, like basketball camps and stuff.
Man, I never did any of those camps. I wish.
Oh, I did, yeah. Well, it was Alex and I.
Yeah.
Yeah, Alex Lehman. Yeah,
I
his
remember.
mom, Yeah, they really helped me out.
That's pretty cool. I wanted to go to some of those camps. I just never knew how to even go about it. And there was no internet back then, so you never were like Google basketball camps. Like I was just like, where y'all going? Why y'all taking the basketball with you?
I mean, that was,
how y'all get
was
those?
kind of a lot of money. I didn't realize that at the time.
How y'all get those jerseys?
Didn't you do like a clinical thing? What's it called? I know you do one for hockey.
Yeah, I did
Didn't you do a basketball one?
I mean, I played in a few
basketball
few basketball tournaments and leagues and shit like that.
Nice.
But I mean, in terms of like, I did the hockey thing because one of the guys I used to hang out with like did it like, and I was like, all right, cool, I'll fuck around and do it like, and I don't know, how old was I? Like 7, 8, 9, I don't know, something like that. 4th grade, 3rd grade. And I did it for like a few months. That was it.
Yeah.
I ice skated like 3 years ago. It came in handy. I remembered how.
I haven't been ice skating fucking years. And I'm afraid to get
Yo, we should go. We should do go to that Maggie Daily. That shit looks fucking cool.
Listen, I'm trying to go somewhere that's gonna be less crowded. You know.
That shit it's like a ribbon. It's pretty fucking cool. He doesn't seem open. You're not open to it either?
No, I think I am.
I'm open to it, but I don't want to go to a fucking place that's ridiculously crowded.
So, my wife has been trying to get me to go skating for like the longest time, and she wants to go to Maggie Daily.
We should all go. Like, I'll get BB to go.
I'm horrible.
You know what's funny?
So when I was with this guy, when I was really young, or not like really young, but I was like younger.
Yeah.
But I was with your mom, and it was like, so it was us two, your mom, Sarah, and it was someone else. We were like meeting someone at a ice rink or whatever. Remember this?
Yeah, but I don't remember. I'm trying to remember who else was there.
But I was like lacing up my skates, and like, I just like, I was on the ice, I just could not adapt to it at all. I was like, my legs was like
it is an unnatural feeling.
My legs were wobbling the whole time, and I just
it's an unnatural feeling.
The funny thing is that reminds me of Alex. He was a fucking terrible rollerblader.
He was.
And
he was terrible.
He'd be on him in the grass.
So my cousin Johnny used to do that too.
That's
like, what the fuck do you have them on for then? Take them shits
for a while,
off.
I would use the grass to stop because
No.
listen, I learned.
So like,
no, that's funny though because
parents like teach you to do that.
Yeah,
I know,
like,
true,
grass will
but
slow
like,
you down, but that shit'll throw.
no, it won't
Oh,
slow
yeah.
you
As
down.
well as you.
Yeah,
It won't slow you down. It'll throw you down.
It will. It'll throw you.
It'll pretty much like emergency.
It's like
It is. Yeah, e-brake. Totally.
that's it.
But see, the problem is I learned at Rainbow.
You just drag your foot
I learned at Rainbow
or something,
rollerblading,
I
right?
don't know.
And that I had the same problem, and I wasn't able to stop from then because first I couldn't get it going right. I started falling a couple times. Then I started going around, and I was like, "Ooh, I got this! I'm going fast," but I had no idea how to stop. I was like, "That's why I have to keep going right now."
You just gotta go to find the nearest wall.
I gotta
It's
take
like
a piss, but I can't stop going in circles.
They also have the one at Rosemont. I mean, we could plan this off camera, but we should definitely do this. I think that'd be funny.
For sure.
I mean, or on camera, whatever. You know.
I mean,
Yeah,
whatever.
but that was my week, man.
Y'all want to meet us down at one of these? You got a good suggestion for less crowded ice skating rink?
There's a few places around, man. We can even just go to like a small
I'm about to take the
district.
hose out and just spray the backyard. Just be like, shh.
Pops come out and beat the shit out of your ass with the hose you're spraying with. I'm a grown ass man. You still hit me and shit?
Right though. Gee.
For some shit like that, you'd expect it, I think.
I don't know. Maybe
Trying to flood the fucking backyard.
He's adventurous enough to the point where I think he might like it. And
If you
he'll
brought
get
it
some
up to
skates.
him.
And he'd get some skates and he'd be down to play. You know?
It would be hilarious because there's that slope you just naturally glide into the grass.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, I mean, it's certain death. But
But it's certain death.
but it's a lot less crowded than back
but-
in.
Anyway.
Yes.
What was your week like? Because we've already discussed what mine was.
Yeah.
A lot of other shit.
So my week was good. Good so far. You know.
It is still early. I mean,
Anything
shit.
could happen.
The week
Right.
doesn't really
It's
start.
Saturday and
It's
Sunday.
Just been one of those cool little weeks.
Saturday, yeah. So
The week doesn't start until the weekend.
And then, so today, you know, I work 7 to 4. Tomorrow I work 7 to 4. You know, so it's just like early days in and out. You know, we do our thing at night.
Early days are good days, man.
Yeah, I got Sunday off, and then Monday, early start, but no trip. But so anyway, the week was good. Wednesday had the day off. Thursday had the day off. So Wednesday, I was recording music.
At home?
I mentioned. I don't know. So I mentioned last episode. I'm working on music with my friend Jose from work, and his mutual friend, because now we're all boys and shit now. So I'm working with Jose and his friend Dave. So 2 Daves and Jose.
Oh yeah, I do remember we were talking about the 2 Daves.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dave and Dave.
But so we're working on
D&D.
3 tracks right now, and he thinks that I'm singing. I'm not rapping.
Is that okay with you?
Yeah. And that didn't mean to sound,
No. I just was wondering. I mean, you can have a preference.
So yeah, get my voice out there.
That's what's up.
Which is good, and they think it's real strong. So,
Good.
Yeah.
Good. Look out for music from Dave.
Honestly.
Music by Dave.
Is that what you go by?
No.
Dave.
I was gonna say yeah. So
Too cool, Dave.
it's actually
Dave.
it's Kid Catacomb.
Okay. I did know.
Yeah.
But I didn't know if you were still going by it or not.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Some people just go by their
Sticking
own
with
name.
it. So no one,
Dave.
no one has that.
What is
I
that?
actually contacted you about copyrights and stuff like that. And,
Yeah.
how to get involved and all that, and get started with all the paperwork and all that. But so the name is Kid Catacomb.
Can I ask, what does catacomb refer to?
So yeah. So Kid Catacomb. So I myself, this is like sort of my project. I've had a lot of people involved in it. People that aren't involved currently, will be in the future. But it's like this collective of people that I know, and that people that I know musically.
Okay.
And then I want to get involved with. So Kid Catacomb is basically who I am. It's just this. I just always kind of put myself, and I like how I phrase that. I kind of put myself in this kind of corner, essentially, and observe. And I like it to be kind of just like, I don't know, I just like to be a loner sometimes, and just be with myself. And
Hey, honestly,
reflect,
there's nothing wrong with that.
I like to see people laughing and enjoying themselves, and just like kind of just listen in.
If
And
you're not
necessarily,
okay with that,
contribute.
like if people aren't okay with that kind of like once in a while, like you need to be able to do that sometimes. I think,
Absolutely.
Yeah. So yeah.
Not that like it. I'm just saying like I don't trust people who can't. Like if you
No, I
can't
get
like
that. I get that.
if you can't like just like be alone sometimes like by yourself.
It's just about reflecting.
Yeah.
Mainly.
You need to be able to think to yourself
Yeah.
sometimes.
Because to love others, you have to love yourself.
Word.
So, Kid Catacomb is just, I just kind of like put myself in that zone, and within that zone it was like this dark, not dark in a bad way, but just like meditating almost, everything's blanked out. It's just thoughts, So yeah, catacombs are like, caves essentially. Cave dwellers go to.
I always associate
the
catacombs with
catacombs.
death of some sort.
Yeah, because France, Italy. There's catacombs here in Chicago. Well, not Chicago, but Illinois, rather. But it's like darker corners of the world, which you guys and I have expressed on the podcast. I deal with depression and anxiety and all that, so that factors in there sometimes. But and I just kind of linked with people that have had the same experiences that I have, emotionally and physically or whatever.
But that's important. I think to be able to find people that you can relate to,
especially musically, and then there's just this. Yeah, it's just like this strong bond.
Yeah,
it's like this like orb essentially.
Sure.
Word.
Yeah.
So you recorded what?
So yeah, I recorded 3 tracks. No. I didn't record yet, but we are going to record. But I've laid down some rough drafts for my guys.
Okay.
And they're just like, we gotta just like get this shit down.
Yeah.
Like face that. They're on board with it.
Pretty exciting.
I am. I'm very excited. You guys should be. You know, the world should be. This is going to be just a good shift in music for a little bit, especially for Chicago. I think. Not to sound pretentious. I said this last week too. Not to sound pretentious, but it's just going to be a new exploration of music and sound and how I can make it work.
Dope.
Live.
Looking forward to that shit.
Yeah.
And don't worry about saying things twice. I wore the same pair of jeans twice. Like 2 weeks in a row. I mean, I'm sure people noticed.
I did not know, but yeah.
Yeah,
it's all good.
Sometimes you gotta snitch on yourself, but these are not.
These are not my goddamn self.
So alright, but hey, that's stuff, man.
So I was just recording, and
and you can showcase it on the show if you like, here and there.
Yeah,
put little snippets of when it's
eventually.
Yeah,
and Jose's actually and shout out to Jose, DJ Zaya, and then my guy Dave, on the ones and twos. Jose is a graphic designer, and he does like cartoons. He does like edit and stuff.
Oh,
so I was thinking like we could even get it.
It's good. You said Dave.
So Dave is producer / rapper / good being human being. But Jose is the man who does cartoons and the graphic designing.
Yo, shout out to Jose.
Yeah, Jose's on top of his stuff.
And
he actually lived in Puerto Rico when Maria went down. He was with his grandfather. He moved back there actually.
Respect.
On his own to help his grandfather his grandfather and family because they were in bad times. Respect. And then Maria hit, and then all that happened. So he was there for all that for about 2 years. Damn. And he said they still ain't got no power or nothing.
That's crazy.
Yeah, they're just stranded. So now I know we don't get political.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Damn.
Man.
Yeah. Well, look, I want to lighten things up a little bit, right?
Exactly.
Do it.
Well, yeah, and then that was my week. So that's all I got to say.
I don't know. I was gonna lighten up with just one quick sentence.
Do it though.
Oh, go ahead.
Opposite shout out to
Glenn. I knew it, though.
And you know what?
I felt it too.
You know what?
I felt it
on
too.
an even more deep level, opposite shout out to Glenn. And let me tell you why.
Oh shit! Hold on. I don't know.
Oh no! I'm not gonna get crazy.
The three of us are close. Hold on. Okay.
Listen, I understand this for sure.
Hit me up though.
The reason why I'm opposite shout out to Glenn on a deeper level now is because I haven't even heard from Buddy. It's been a minute.
Yeah, no, I haven't either.
And I'm like, not only outside this podcast chat, I think he's fine.
Well, have you reached out? I have not.
He was just at his cousin's wedding.
He was at his cousin's wedding. And
I think he was with his girl, so he seemed like they're cool.
But what the fuck? What's up? I'm saying, like, opposite shout out to you. Forever.
Damn.
Forever. You know what the fucking thing is that most of the time I don't even mean opposite shout out to you, but for right now, opposite shout out to you.
I guess a little bit.
Yeah, a
little bit.
Dang.
Fuck you been at.
Word.
But hey,
let's get into this. Yeah, hey, you know what?
I featured on my first breakout.
This is true.
On YouTube.
First solo episode.
Because we all had first. Well, you had a first and second, I had and third, and then a last.
I had probably four or five in there. Y'all need to get on it. But
actually.
Anyways,
let's start talking about some.
Let's get into some topics. Let's see.
Because I don't. Well, yeah.
Well, so by the time this episode is posted, obviously Sunday.
We seen him out here once.
In the world is. Carmen San Diego was the
man's Carmen San Diego for real.
He is.
You straight Carmen.
He's like fucking what's that dude's name of the book? You can't find. Where's Waldo? But where's Glenn?
Yeah, but you can find Waldo.
It's like Waldo San Diego.
There's Waldo. Like when you look around,
it's like where the fuck is Glenn though?
Yeah. Glenn is Waldo.
Yeah.
Whatever, man.
Anyway, go on.
With striped hat for Christmas.
Proceed, please. So we got some topics though.
There's some topics. You know what? A lot of this, we'll get to it. But so when we come back from when this video is posted, finally, it's gonna be after Oscar Sunday.
Yeah, right.
A few things surrounding the Oscars.
Good
well, actually, no. I'm sorry. There's 2 award shows. So one thing surrounding the Oscars, and then everything else around the Grammys. But
right.
So Kevin Hart, if you're keeping up with things, he stepped down from being the host 2 days after he was announced as the host.
So you got a bunch of lash out.
Yeah,
so we're not going to be able to not get political right here.
No, but we don't have to spend more time on it.
We cannot get too political.
Yeah. So, I mean, like, so 2011, I believe it was.
We do have to talk about it.
He had some tweets.
Okay.
And I think some interview we did. And he was basically saying, and let's precursor this by saying nothing wrong with the LGBTQ community.
Oh no,
there's some of his views that I kind of agree with, but there's some of his views that whatever, can be kept back to yourself.
I respect the community.
So he said, as a heterosexual male, he would not want his son to be gay, essentially, right? And I'm like,
and I don't agree with that personally.
I don't have a problem with him saying that because.
Oh well, yeah. Like I don't have a problem with him saying that, but I also don't have a problem with.
Yeah, but that's his preference. It's his kid.
Exactly.
People cannot
have.
No, people are too motherfucking sensitive.
The reason why I don't blame him for this statement is because he has been a heterosexual male. I know how to teach my kid the way like I would go about things. I don't know how you do that on the other side.
Not that he wouldn't love him the same, right? No, it's that.
I'm not questioning anyone or anybody.
Because that's his child.
I'm only saying me within my, skin.
Yeah.
Within my being. Right. Like, choice is choice.
But can you
and
question
my blood?
But what if somebody questioned you saying that?
Am I gay?
No. I'm saying if somebody questioned, if you said that about if I had a son, I wouldn't want him to be like if you said that, or if you said the opposite of that.
Oh, okay.
And then people criticized all of that.
No, you just gotta stand your ground.
But not only that, he's been around for so long now,
and he's apologized a lot.
It took him like 7 years.
Has. Which I mean, I respect Kevin Hart. I feel like, sometimes comedians may go on a rant, and they may say some dumb,
Yeah, I think.
Or something that they don't want to talk about too much, and they go too far.
They're comedians, so they don't know how to stop sometimes.
Sometimes they're like no filter. Like
yeah.
They see a lot of people laughing about it, they want to go.
But honestly, on that same token, I don't mind that. But I think
that
not that it's necessarily right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But look,
I don't think he should have stepped down. But I don't think they should have given the ultimatum. Apologize
for me.
He said no. Okay. He stood. Did you see that video he posted today?
I did.
Yeah.
I did.
For me, it's more of this, right? There's not one group since like. Whatever, when the country was literally just fucking pilgrims or whatever, There's not one group that hasn't been fucking ostracized by another group in some way or another. And if he was like literally just attacking the community, saying something like, oh, I don't agree with this community, that's fine, It wasn't bigotry to me. No. It wasn't that
Look,
far.
you know what this is, man? Is people sticking their fucking nose in other people's business. I know he's in the public eye.
To a degree.
I just want people to
He's
stop being
in the public eye, man, and I get it. But people are fucking nosy, and really, honestly, the internet gives people fucking an outlet for no reason.
But Sam, he's Kevin Hart, though. Like, everyone knows Kevin Hart.
He said it in 2011. Was he Kevin Hart then?
No, right. Like,
and he apologized.
I get that.
And I'm not saying he was right or wrong, but I'm saying you cannot criticize how his viewpoint is.
In like these times, especially the past like 4 or 5 years politically.
Okay, you said past 4 or 5 years. So 5 years ago was what, 2013? You said in 2011 the climate was different.
So maybe a little bit, yeah. So
you can't fault people for doing something in the climate when it was accepted. Not in terms of like the most extreme things, but saying certain things was accepted.
People weren't making a bigger deal about it then.
Right.
You're so right about that.
So why not? If you're not making a big deal about it then, right then and there, then
now,
don't fucking choose a time later to do it.
So right, yeah, and like bash a person.
But
you can't do that.
That's like taking
I get that totally.
Motherfucking, that is picking an argument to suit what your argument
is. That I want you to understand how that did happen though. Is that people now are saying, I don't want to respect a Harvey Weinstein, and he did so much before everything happened, before what he did. How can I respect Kevin Hart for what he did before everything,
But see, that's
I think everything Kevin Hart's done has come to the light right now.
What I think
like all the accusations, all that shit, and it seems like his plate has been cleared. This even to this point, this is old shit.
To me, this is hypersensitivity is what it is.
But
that's
people,
exactly
it's hypersensitivity.
But okay, so yes, and yeah, like
I'm among the.
Because like, why bring up old shit?
Yeah.
Just in general.
To suit your argument.
Just that statement in general, right?
Why
bring up old shit?
That's almost
support
like
their
getting
cause.
mad.
But
to support your cause.
But maybe you have to.
No,
I don't think so.
I refuse to believe
this,
you.
I
do because then everything gets brought up.
I don't think Kevin Hart is a malicious person.
I equate this to the idea.
So how many times do you pay for the same thing over and over again?
He should not.
Is it double jeopardy?
He should not. He should not.
I would equate this to the idea that you
have this idea where they just want to know ground facts and like bare evidence.
Fuck that. Listen,
you know?
I equate this to the idea.
But it is though because you have TMZ.
I equate this to the idea of deciding you want to have a son than a daughter. You know. So isn't that offensive to women that you'd rather have a son than a daughter?
Yeah.
They're not crying about it. Like,
you're right.
Listen, to some degree, you got so as the LGBTQ community goes right now, there are so many more like freedoms and outrights that you can have now that you didn't have back then. And this is not the kind of statement to get worked up over. Like, save your fight. You know?
No. Don't. Yeah, that's not a bad.
It doesn't. To me, it doesn't sound bad.
That is a bad.
It's with you.
Okay, if he just said it, but if he just said it, you fight it. But why are you going back to try to find things? Why are you not looking for what came after?
Because you can go so far back in history and
that's like if they went back to Eminem's 99 2000 albums, they're tearing the whole fucking thing apart and killing
like
it.
he should be an asshole.
At this point, you just stop.
I get that.
But okay.
I'm just speaking to people that have a voice.
At this point,
because I do sympathize and get that.
No, I understand their viewpoint.
It's a world view, man.
I understand. I understand the viewpoint.
It isn't just your standpoint.
But he apologized. It's been pointed out, and he apologized. I don't want to hear pointed out again.
Kevin Hart totally
I wouldn't apologize for what
I've
apologized already.
I get that, though.
You're not gonna bring this up and try to sabotage my career again.
But he also did apologize again.
Again,
to me, it's not like
because he would just feel bad about it.
It's not a bashing statement.
But like, do you understand why he apologized again, though?
Huh?
Do you understand why he apologized
again?
So,
it's not a bashing statement to the community.
I'm sorry that you feel this way, but I'm not sorry I said it again because I haven't said it again. It was back then, and I apologize for what I said. I can't keep apologizing and try to progress as a human being.
So yeah, that is more household talk. That's not public, speaking. You know.
I'm not bashing anybody.
It's different. You have billions of people that follow you. But you're gonna say one thing, man.
He said it back.
You're gonna say one thing.
He didn't have the people following him back then, though.
I am basing what I'm saying off of what you just said currently, and it's just you have to be careful of what you say.
This is not a statement that directly bashes that.
You have to be.
This is not a statement that directly bashes that community.
What if when we blow up?
I'm not bashing anybody.
You are not.
I'm just saying that he should not be trying. It's double jeopardy.
But we have reference here.
That's fine. It's double jeopardy.
Yeah, but that reference is proof enough that it's not a malicious. It's not It's not directly bashing that community.
None of this is malicious.
No.
Kevin Hart is not being malicious.
I don't think he was directly bashing that community.
He was not.
He
was just saying, I don't know how I'm gonna deal with that shit.
I would say it's more malicious to go back to try to find it again. And try to bring it up to ruin something.
He was saying every man wants to have that, other, boy to bring.
Did he say every man? Or did he say?
Oh, excuse me.
No, I just want. That's very important.
I guess no, you're right, and I don't know the clarification now.
Okay, so I don't know. I'm just saying
is that he just wanted to say that a man wouldn't know how to deal, or he feels like a man would know how to deal with his son being gay because he isn't gay and he doesn't know how to.
Exactly, that's what I was saying.
Identify.
That's his viewpoint.
Right.
Can he be chastised for his viewpoint?
Why isn't that you can feel that way and still be like, I still love you?
Did he say he wouldn't?
We shouldn't
That's the thing. The wording is different. If he said, "Hey, if I had a son and he turned out to be gay," I would leave him.
So just for the audience,
it's not like he said something like that.
Just for the audience, we can't obviously play back, video on that or footage because
we probably
don't have
could,
copyright.
honestly, but whatever.
Yeah. Well, we don't have copyright on that.
I don't even know how that works, to be honest. But I'm just saying. I understand, but only if he had said it again. If it was just something that popped up in the headlines, do it. You should definitely give all of the backlash that he deserves. But to look back,
okay.
to look back 8 years or 7 years to
Yeah.
something. Why couldn't you look a little further
it's kind of a
and
stretch,
see
yeah.
how he responded? Did he?
It's kind of a stretch.
Was he arrogant? Did he
Throughout
apologize?
that
Was he
time.
apologetic?
Throughout
Like
that
what
time.
happened in the months after,
Yeah.
right? Or a year after, or 3 years, or 5 years, but it's 7 years after. So like, he said he's apologized. He's definitely apologized. People agree that. So why does he have to be taken off of something that was his apparent, dream that he said?
I get that.
Right.
think given the way what his statement was worded, it wasn't worth the big backlash it just turned into. It's not like the kind of thing that like when Roseanne got taken off of her show, the type of shit that she was talking about. Like it's not direct insults to the community. You know what I mean?
That was, dude.
You know what I'm saying?
Roseanne's a different subject.
It's a different subject.
You should
So
not.
it's not like fucking Kramer when he was on stage cursing people out and going a little
That's
off
a
the
whole.
wire.
See, we're
You know
gonna
what
get
I'm
political.
saying?
Yeah.
But that's what I'm
Now,
saying. So that's what I'm saying. Like
next topic.
it's a different.
Racism is different.
It's a different degree for me. Yeah.
It's
It's the same thing as having a preference as a straight male. I think that she's hot. I don't think she's hot.
I was just watching.
To me, it's
something
kind of the
about
same thing as that. It's
No,
about who
it's
you're
true.
attracted
No,
to.
it's because that's kind of wrong, right?
what? Wait, what is wrong?
So it's in a
The way, like,
in a
when he
viewpoint
thinks
when
of
you're
it?
looking at it in a general sense. When you're like, oh no, I think she's prettier than she's
So
prettier.
great.
She
So,
is.
so
I
so
like her.
Everyone
more.
has like preference. So that's
So
not
what's
wrong.
so
That's
personal
not wrong.
preference?
It's just the way you say it.
I don't know. To be honest, I think it was a little bit blown out of proportion.
This
He should
internet
still be
world
able
that
to
fuck
host
things up.
his thing. It really did.
So wait. Okay. So
Because
if you say something as strongly as Adam said that, and a person that hears that is like, I don't like the way you said that, you're gonna be like, I don't like.
not everybody's
you have anything
not
to say
everybody's
about
gonna like what you say, man.
that?
Not everybody's gonna like what
So
you
then
say.
that person should not say anything. And
No, they can say what they want
No.
because
but-
they're
no,
like
Sam,
Adam can say what he wants.
Stop,
they can say.
stop.
Go ahead.
That person has said something, and then you responded. Like, you can say whatever you want to.
No, I'm not. Nobody said anything, so I'm not respond. I wouldn't respond to anybody saying anything. They have their right to an opinion, but us being on this platform, we're agreeing to them being allowed to an opinion of us.
Okay, so you'll hear them out.
Yeah, I don't give a
Okay.
fuck.
All right.
I don't give a shit.
So
listen, I'm
no, no,
not. I'm tolerant of everybody.
Let's move on.
Yeah,
Let's,
well, no,
we
so
spent more than enough time on this
my,
subject, people.
Either that or I'm equally intolerant of everybody.
my whole point,
It
my
doesn't-
whole point was just ignorance. And like
Word,
wanting to
and
understand
I'm with
each
that.
other's
It
sides.
fuck ignorance. It's terrible.
For sure.
Because there's no progression.
But
Absolutely.
there's a definite line. You know what I mean? And it's got to be now. You can't just pick things to support your argument because it supports your cause.
Yeah.
You know, even if it's back in the day. You know, Lincoln back in the day. Look, motherfucker, listen. At a certain point.
All right.
I'm sorry.
Great closing statements. Now shut up for a second. Goodness gracious Christ.
God almighty.
Goodness gracious. Okay, so the other award show, we spent an hour on that.
Grammys.
The other award show, the Grammys.
Grammys.
Are you gonna watch the Oscars?
Probably not. I have much more
I-
important things to
I-
do with my time now.
Probably no.
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 I'll try.
I'll see the clips that are best.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's what I do every year.
I literally just look at the list at the end and see who won.
Who fumbled and made the worst mistake?
Yeah, that's it. Who couldn't read?
So, on from the Oscars, which, what day is it the Grammys come on? The same day?
Sunday.
No, I think they're not the same day.
Not the same day. but
Maybe, I don't know
Sunday.
when the Grammys, maybe they're not
Yeah.
even this weekend, they're probably past this.
Yeah.
Grammys are in February, pretty sure.
Yeah.
Are they?
No,
They
or
are
the other
released
way
their list of
around.
nominations?
Is that
No, I'm pretty sure Grammys are in February.
No, Oscars are this weekend. For
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
So Grammys do come after a
The
year.
fuck why do they have the nominations out already? Anyway.
No, they do it every year.
Another,
So, yeah, January 1st is the cutoff.
yeah.
Excuse me.
The only one we really care about, right? There's only one category we're talking about here.
Well, no, there's a couple things, a couple of mentions. First of all, we get this out so I can get all the nominees.
Is there a
No,
Kanye
there's-
corner?
Huh?
Is there a Kanye corner?
No, I don't think
Because
so.
there is a Kanye mention in this.
Is there?
For the Grammys.
Go
on.
Taylor
Go on.
So, alright, first of all, shout out to Boy Wonder. Got nominated for 2 Grammys. So, and he put some post up about that. He was real excited about it.
They should be.
Let me see if I can find this list somewhere in here. It's supposed to be all of the nominees.
it's
You know
like
what,
a
let me just
wingman
Google-
person like
let me
tear
just Google
open
that
the
because,
envelope so they can see who won.
Yeah.
Like that was happening.
Pretty much, man. Grammy nominations 2018. I just Googled it because honestly, I wasn't trying to sit here and try to find where I saved it. Let's see. So nominees for Best Album. You got Post Malone, H.E.R. and Janelle Monáe, Kendrick Lamar and SZA, Brandy Carlisle, Post Malone and 21 Savage. What the fuck is this? Oh, that's best,
Duos.
so the best album, best record, and then best new artist. The way this is set up is real stupid. Best new artist: Luke Combs, BB Rexa, and Margot Price.
Okay.
I'm
Don't
not
know
sure
who
who
they
those
are.
people are.
Venma
See that? Yeah, right. By the way, first of all, February 10th is the Grammys.
It's
61st. Pop vocal album: Shawn Mendes, Ariana Grande, and Pink. Pop solo performance: Lady Gaga, Camila Cabello, and Beck. I'm not sure who that is.
I mean, Beck is cool, but no.
Dance recordings, nobody cares about that. Rap / sung performance: Kendrick Lamar and SZA for the All the Stars.
Okay.
J. Cole and Black for Pretty Little Fears.
I like that.
That's a good song.
Post Malone, 21 Savage for Rockstar.
No.
Rock performance, I guess you're a rock fan, right? So I can
Yeah.
put these out. The Fever 333.
I don't know who that is.
I don't know either.
For
Chris
what that is?
Cornell.
Oh, Chris Cornell. Oh, yeah, he's that recently.
When Bad
actually.
Does Good.
Yeah.
And then Greta Van Fleet.
Nope, I don't know who that is.
Alright. Dance Electronic Album. Nobody cares about that.
I've literally not cared about any of these.
Wait, hold on though. For Dance Electronica, is Aphex Twin announced for that?
Shit, I just lost something here.
No, that's alright. Yeah,
Anyway,
Yeah, let's just get to the one that really matters. The album, the rap album of the year.
all right.
I don't know who any of those people you've named is.
Yeah, for sure, me either. So, rap album of the year, 2018 Grammys. Let's see.
I've got
a
it.
real ugly list.
I've got the. I'll screenshot it.
That's good because I'm having issues.
All right. So this one so this year it's Pusha T for Daytona,
yeah.
Travis Scott for Astro World, Cardi B Invasion of Privacy, Mac Miller's Swimming, and then Nipsey Hussle's Victory Lap. What do you guys think?
I'm saying Nip, and then Mac, runner up.
Well, they don't choose a
Not
runner-up
because
candidate.
Mac passed, but just because that was just a very solid album. He had Thundercat on bass with the whole band behind him.
So, wait, are you saying if Nipsey doesn't win, you think Max will win?
I know. Well,
Or is
no,
that the
no,
order you
no,
place them
no,
in?
no.
Because
So,
they don't do a
so
second
what I'm
place.
saying is that Nip should get that, in my opinion, but that Mac would get runner-up, just like Silver.
Out of the nominees, fine, but I don't. My album of the year isn't up there. We'll have an
Who's
episode
who?
that explains all that.
Who's that?
To me, right now, it's still Royce. I haven't heard anything that caught my attention. the
Buck
same way.
Ryan?
Huh? Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't caught anything that. I haven't listened to anything this year that caught my attention the same way. And there's been a lot, but that's the one I had on repeat the most. And that's pretty much what I equated to.
I get that.
The most listenable for me. So,
Royce should get some recognition.
yeah, I'm surprised he hasn't made a lot of people's lists. I mean, I know there's been a lot of artists that dropped this year. It's been a great year in a lot of ways for hip hop.
It's a lot of music this year,
It's
man.
been a shitty year in a lot of ways for hip hop, but yeah, I don't know. That's great. Congratulations to the nominees. You know,
I'm gonna say either Push or Nip are gonna take it. I think
Push is probably gonna take
I would think so. Daytona rings pretty loud.
Push
is-
Daytona was so fucking condensed and precise.
Yeah, it's not even. It's like just so dense
Yeah,
and
like
just.
Was that 8 tracks?
it's a big 7-track
It's
ball
so
of music.
Seven
much,
tracks.
man.
Yeah.
So
There's just so much
wait,
there.
so now
Yeah.
that's an
as
EP
far as
technically.
samples go, as far as like how they got that cover,
It was crazy.
they paid a lot of money for that cover, yo, and that is pretty intense.
But
man.
wait, so 7 tracks is an EP technically.
It is.
So
Exactly.
that's getting
I know.
nominated for
I
album
know.
of the year, though.
Right.
No. When he first was promoting the album, he was talking about they looked to make sure the rules for the Grammy nominations, and it has to be. I forget.
So it's more so time.
It's got to be
track.
continuous music, like at least a certain amount of tracks, but at least this amount of time and continuous
No
music.
cuts, yeah. Right.
Yeah. So I think they were very mindful of that in order to be able to be considered for the.
But that's very telling too, in a way. That they would make sure they matched up to the Grammy nomination.
No, they were more. They surpassed it by a little.
I know, but like the fact
also
that they geared it towards
every artist does. I think.
Yeah, that's still the
there's a lot of
benchmark.
people who don't give a fuck about the Grammys
Of
anymore.
course.
It's still the benchmark. It's still the benchmark in the year because if you're that means if you've made it to that,
Especially if you're like Ye and Pusha T, like and like you know you're gonna make one of the best albums of the year. Like just going into the booth knowing that.
So, but do you override your label's requirements?
How so?
the label's requirement is
So
to
you
get a
pass
Grammy
that,
nomination.
You know? It's not.
Yes, it is. Cardi B got fucking nominated. Atlantic got. You think Atlantic was considering Cardi B becoming a Grammy
nominated for more than just being putting out an album? There's
But
a lot of
I
categories.
feel like sales have a lot to do with that now, though. Because
Yes,
Cardi-
man.
But do sales
all.
really now?
She
though?
was spitting real shit. Like,
but,
you know.
but do sales
but
really
she's
matter?
up
Is
there.
it streams or is it sales?
It's
That's a good one.
streams.
Because sales aren't shit anymore.
Well, streams
Sales
equal
are
sales.
sales.
Streams equal stream.
Yeah.
Streams equal sales.
They don't though.
Yes, they do.
Yes, they do.
They really don't.
That's how they equal.
If you're
No,
bigger
because
up in
you-
the chain, yes, they do.
You pay for an album.
If you are bigger up in the chain, yes, they do.
If you pay for an album though, you don't pay for a stream. I pay for a streaming
You
service.
stream an album every time you listen to an album.
I pay for a streaming service.
Yeah, but the stream.
You don't make money off
streaming
streams.
No,
Yes,
yes,
they
you
do.
do. Streams are what.
Yes, they do.
Yes.
No,
When
I
they
think
say
you guys
8 million,
actually
when they.
research this a little bit more because I recently.
No.
No, there's. I think it's broken down into
And
other.
it's not as much.
I think it's broken
not.
down differently. Like, I think there's streams in terms of when you first
Spotify-
download the album. Then there's like how many times it's streamed.
Spotify alone
In general.
has made solo artists, like local artists, like blow the fuck up.
Yeah, but
Money-wise.
there's a difference between blowing up and like actually making an impact.
Every
monetarily.
streams,
No,
streams are.
well,
What
Yeah,
I'm,
I know
making
me too, and that's not.
I'm not saying you're wrong. I
Crazy.
think streams are all. I think they're tallied in different ways for different reasons, right? Because I don't understand it too much. But from what I think is when you download an album, right? That's got to be considered a stream, or because you pay for it, so you've downloaded the album to your personal
But
library. So that's got to be considered.
My
a
argument
download,
here is that
right?
you can't go platinum on a stream. You can go platinum on
Wait,
like
but
iTunes
Is this
sales.
your theory or is this?
No, this is legit facts. So you can't go platinum on streams. You can go platinum on like digital purchases.
But the amount
you
of
go platinum
but the
on
amount of streams
album copies,
is
physical copies.
the amount of streams is a valid
That is
number
only-
though as well.
But that only matters to like SoundScan, Billboard, those type of things.
But that's a big part of these bigger artists, though.
Yeah,
That's why
to
they
be a
walk
number
up.
one is huge. So when you try to get on Billboard, or obviously Jay just nixed all of that and said, "No, we don't fuck."
Very
with Billboard."
true.
But
Very
what
true.
I'm saying is, I think streaming is still very complicated, and that's why I think the artists are getting over, or not getting over. They're getting the record companies are getting over on the artists
Listen.
because the artists don't. Nobody really knows.
In a way, this is true.
how this is
but
all
what I'm
working.
getting at here, right, is digital streams don't make any money for the record label outside of what they have the contract for with the streaming service already, right? So then, if you're not making any money through streams, you're looking for album sales or digital copies that are sold through iTunes or whatever, right? So if you're solely just getting big off of streams, that's good for you. You're popular. You can go on tour and sell out crazy concerts. Still not beneficial for your record label. So I would think that their requirements would be tighter than Grammys, and you'd be trying to focus on those. You know.
Okay,
This is how-
so I didn't know if that was your point. Like, I mean, you obviously want to satisfy the label.
Well, the label's not going to do anything that's
Like,
going to
that
benefit
should
you
be-
and not them.
Exactly.
So that's where my whole thought process is.
But so if you're making this money off these streams, what you're talking about, or touring and all that, like that's just money you could just pay back then. Like,
Well, right, but so like the record label itself is not making money on each individual stream.
Fuck the record label, though.
Yeah, and this
No,
is
but
why
we're talking
people
about
say-
like what the requirements are as an artist by from
By
the
the
record
Grammys
label
and from the
in
record
terms
label.
of what when you put an album out.
I don't understand it then. The question then. Or what you're getting to?
So we were
We
talking
said-
about
we said
seven
that
hot track album being eligible for a nomination at the Grammys.
Yeah,
right?
we were saying that was a major objective.
Okay. Oh, okay.
They were saying that the artist designs.
Then
I think this is to be another to be.
that's actually a big
continued.
discussion.
Yeah,
Actually.
Yeah, I'd like to learn more about it.
So
anyway.
I guess we could talk about that closer to Grammys.
Either way, who are you picking?
For album of the year
Yeah.
on that list, Nip.
Okay, you.
I'd say that I enjoyed the Nip better than the Pusha by a little bit.
Just length.
Lengthwise, you
Yeah.
have more satisfaction.
I did.
Yeah.
I was super satisfied at the end of Daytona.
Daytona was
But
But
Nipsey
it was
Hussle-
such a
but
hard ass album though. It was a big album.
A lot of the album got overshadowed by the beef that ensued afterwards, and
because there was
I feel like that only heightened up the album.
To me, no, it was hard because so you had the album drop, big success, still in the middle of Ye's million EPs of the summer, and then they had the beef, and then by the time you're waiting for their tracks to go back and forth, 30 new albums dropped.
Yeah.
You know?
Victory Lap had 16 songs on it.
Yeah.
So I definitely felt more satisfied at the end because there was just more music.
Yeah.
And more it was quality music too. Good music, great music. It's probably on my list of favorite albums of the year, so I'll give it I think he should win it. I think Push It in the end does more than likely. Or actually, you know what? Hold on. I don't even know what I'm talking about. To be honest, you might see Cardi get a fucking Grammy.
This is true.
I think she might get a Grammy though.
She might win.
I do.
Cardi might get a Grammy. Cardi is fucking marketable.
I can't stand it, but whatever it is, what it is.
I can't stand this shit either.
On a related note, her and Offset just got divorced.
Yeah.
Or broke up anyway.
Broke
I don't think
up,
they
yeah.
got divorced yet.
That happened.
You know,
It's very
it escalated quickly and de-escalated.
That really got out of hand quick.
Yeah. Like dusting off their suits.
That escalated quickly.
Brick killed the guy.
You with the trident.
If we had,
I've been meaning to talk about it.
if we were really good at editing, in this part right here, you'd see Brick or that scene, but that comes later.
Yeah, later. Later in the live show.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't really care to stay on the whole Cardi Offset thing.
No, I don't.
Meanwhile, this man.
Yo,
Knock the fuck out.
by the way, Stacks is in the building. In case
Stacks
you
in
haven't
the
noticed.
building. Stacks in the building.
Just
Sleeping.
wherever he's like, can you lay down? I'm trying to do some things here. But yeah, so outside of that, there's surely some more music things, but let's get some other things out of the way real fast. Rest in peace to former President George H.W.
Yep.
I don't really care for any of the Bush's politics, but still
There's
says
a
lots
lot
of
more to talk about, as far as.
yeah.
I mean, we didn't like that, but he did pass, so
Yeah.
respect.
So rest in peace to him. I don't know if anybody knows. Do you know who Pete Shelley is? From a band called Buzzcocks.
I know the band. I know the band. I don't know him though.
So he passed away at 63.
Wow.
Rest in peace to him.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
I think George H.W. was 92, 94.
He was older.
Or he was
older.
pretty
Mark
good
Bush
there.
just passed like 6 months ago or something like
Yeah.
that. So.
Which that's usually kind of how it
Yeah.
goes, sadly.
Right.
On a different flip there, though, Larry Bird has a birthday today.
Oh shit.
How old is he?
Happy
I didn't
birthday.
even look it up, to be honest. I feel like I should look that up now.
Yeah.
You
had that down there.
Yeah. I mean, I totally meant to, but
I didn't know it was him.
sidetracked like we do.
There's a whole thing of it. He wrote all that stuff down.
I got sidetracked the way
There
we
should at least be
Didn't write
the way
there
we
should at
do.
least be 2 numbers next
Didn't
to
write the age.
33.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever. So listen, he was born, I believe, in 56. He's 62.
No.
He's 62.
62.
Wow.
Larry Bird,
Wow.
the white goat of NBA.
56? 62? 42? Yeah, okay, yeah, that makes sense.
I mean, it did the math for us, so we didn't have to calculate. I know after a certain point, your old ass mind just shuts off.
It's late, fool. Anyway.
He should have been asleep
just
like
shuts
2
off.
hours ago.
This man's running on fucking E.
It's past his
Yeah,
bedtime.
man. Friday at the end of
He's
the
like
week.
just past E.
Usually when we're on our way here, he sends some kind of message like, "Oh, I'm gonna take a nap real
Yep,
fast."
yep.
Today I didn't get that text.
I did not
No,
either.
I'm actually up.
And I was like, damn, his old ass needs at least 15.
Today I'm up.
Listen,
Today
A
I'm up.
hot 15.
I'm getting
Alright.
every old joke I
Alright.
can.
Get all them jokes.
I'm gonna get them off.
Get
Ice
them off.
Max
and some icy hot. Just like
You still can't even say anything to me for another year.
That's
Because
actually-
after my birthday, this one is 29.
Oh,
I'm still my
man, I
20th.
can't wait.
That's
But-
cool.
Oh, y'all better get them ready for
I'm
that
getting
next year.
tore up.
Oh yeah. By all means, I
I'm
took
about to get this man
the
wild.
next 2 days off my birthday too.
Wild.
My
It's
birthday's
all
on
good,
Sunday.
man.
And I
I'm
was
about
like,
to call
shit.
you back into work.
Yeah, motherfucker. It's the last thing I'm trying to do.
He just turned 30. So, let's just put him in work mode.
Nah.
Man, you're gonna wake up with a stiff neck on your 30th birthday. I
What's
promise
gonna
you
happen?
that.
Something's gonna be wrong. Your ankles or something.
There was that already. So
You're gonna wake up with like a limp you never had and shit, just for like
Why
30
does my
seconds.
back hurt?
Just for 30 seconds. Just
to
to
remind
let you know
like,
that it's coming.
Exactly.
Like, by the way, you're old now.
You'll see it.
So-
You won't
It's
see it
weird
again
like
till
that, though.
31.
It's weird though.
That same limp won't come back till 31. What's up?
What's that?
Back for
the
another
Chappelle show?
visit.
The Chappelle show VD
same-
episode.
Oh,
He's like, hey,
The same,
It's a
same-
VD
the
day.
same
Don't
back
get
pain,
herpes.
the same back pain I thought wasn't nothing. That's a little something.
won't see me.
It's just a
ever
back pain
again.
that won't go away.
That's gonna work out now.
Yeah,
That's
that's
all it is.
Man, yeah. Nothing
a
seems
VD,
appealing.
man.
The CV's swole the next like 10 episodes.
There's nothing appealing at all.
Isn't that the
But
one? Where'd you get it from?
Swat.
From fuck it.
All right.
Damn. Also, if we were editing champs, we'd put that right there.
Cheers.
If we were editing
Fuck it.
champs, listen, I don't know how to. I'm
No,
not
I'm
gonna
saying
lie.
like we're not obviously editing. We're like
No.
novices.
Well, when you say we, I'm the only one who does the editing, so I don't know
Oh
what the fuck
damn,
is
you wanna
about
call
we.
us out like that? Okay.
Damn.
But they already know. I mean, if you follow us at all, Instagram, whatever, you already know.
I mean, okay.
I do it. If you put up statuses on
It's
Facebook
I
that
do it.
says Adam is editing this weekend, you say it yourself. Well, they already know. All I'm saying is, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Just
No,
let y'all know.
I think the program we use is definitely.
I know how to do the most basic version of what it is. Like, so I'll take the SD card out, right? And I'll upload them and it come into like 6 or 7 different files. Oh, it's all good. I don't give a fuck. Listen, if somebody has some kind of pointers they want to give me in the process, that's great. So I take the SD card, I put it in there. If it splits up the whole thing into like 5 or 6 segments, I have to go through each one and make sure I take out whatever little cuts, and then I put it all transferred to iMovie, put the slideshow together, whatever, and I put it all in there, and then I upload it, and that's it. I don't do anything else. I cut out the parts where we weren't talking on the podcast.
We should get some
And that's
stock footage like of certain things.
I have a
Yes.
bunch.
I'm sure he has like stuff. He's just like sunglasses on,
Oh.
just like clicking through stuff.
I got a bunch of throwaway shit.
No,
It's just like a whole
not
bunch
from
of, like,
us. I'm
incriminating
talking about like little inserts, like like office inserts, like little like.
Little cuts when we're just talking to the camera. But yeah, so anyways, however we got on that, some news for your side of the rap world. JID and No ID are putting out a concept album.
Whoa!
She did.
Yo, that's
She
crazy.
did.
Yo, No ID is
Jidnoid?
probably No ID is probably one of the best producers,
Oh, yeah.
especially out of Chicago, but just in terms of hip hop, because
Yeah.
he's been around forever. And for JID to hook up with him is pretty big.
I'm pretty sure the album's gonna be called "It's Crazy."
I just said that, didn't I?
It sounds like it's gonna be
That's
crazy.
crazy.
That's kind of crazy.
It's kind of crazy. It's
Hey,
crazy.
Hey,
That's-
hey,
That's crazy.
that's crazy.
Nah. It's crazy.
It's crazy.
No. It's crazy.
No. That was too easy.
Right.
Too easy.
No. 2 weeks.
He's like, that's it. I'm done.
So
There's
you
little
wanna
white
bring
man
in-
can't jump reference if you know what I'm talking
So
about.
your mom to bring them bean pies.
Your mother's an astronaut.
Your mother's an astronaut.
He's like, I'm sorry. Your mother's too stupid to be an astronaut.
That's pretty hilarious.
Oh man, probably my favorite movie. So
Yes.
little shout out to that shit.
Yeah.
Spizite.
Shit for sure. So of course there's always gonna be news out of 6ix9ine's camp right now. You know, based on the fact that he's incarcerated as fuck, quite possibly just in witness protection.
Who knows where the fuck he's at?
So the idea, first of all, okay, before I get into that part, he had a child sex abuse case.
Okay.
This was already on, but that has been dismissed now, apparently.
Oh.
Which is good for him because he's already gonna serve life in jail probably.
Yeah, he's already in. He's still in jail.
There was a picture of him on the stand, and he was just like,
Oh shit!
No way.
yeah.
Damn.
So they're like, nobody knows what the fuck 6ix9ine is being held right now. His lawyer said that he doesn't know. So what I'm thinking is,
You called
this
that.
is probably what a bunch of people are thinking. He's probably just in witness protection, trying not to get murdered.
Yep.
You know?
Yep. Bingo.
Which always reminds, anytime I hear witness protection, it reminds me of Fresh Prince. When they're telling that story when
That was a good
they're
one.
playing cards with Jazz.
That's
That was
messed
one of
up.
my favorite episodes. So yeah,
Man, they gotta throw that shit on Netflix, man.
that's all I need to talk about with 6ix9ine. To be honest, I don't care to go into any more detail about it.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, don't we? His album did.
His album did drop. We talked about it.
No, it surpassed Travis Scott. No, whose album on the Billboard? Because it became
I don't even know.
it was number one actually.
That's
because
horrible. God damn it.
It became number one.
Ugh.
Instead of hold on, I'll pull it up right now. I thought
It's the
that's
world we
what
live in right now, man.
I thought that's what you were getting at actually.
No.
I was reading the lyrics while listening along to the new album.
You were reading the album, the lyrics.
We find a word that rhymes every fourth word, and sound like a jack.
He just used the same word for like a whole 16.
Let me tell you,
Okay, so
I may not have the best bars at the beginning of these episodes, but I'm better than that.
Without a doubt.
Y'all heard me go off a couple times.
Shut.
Hey,
Shut. Hey.
hey,
Hey.
come back.
Come. I was gonna- Always.
What are you looking for again? Oh, who he passed on the bill?
yeah, I had it before.
Speaking of that, I think there's like
Travis Scott, I think.
Drake is like four out of 5 on the top
Scorpion.
5 Billboard.
Scorpion. The album.
Yo, did you see that that list of like?
Scorpio.
Just songs, Scorpion. He had like God's Plan and like I don't know 2 other ones.
Yeah, God's Plan was a
3
huge
ones.
song though. And there was another one for the women.
This one's for the ladies.
Okay.
This one's for...
Okay. It was a Lauryn Hill sample.
I'm not gonna lie to you. When it came to Scorpion, I didn't listen to side 2 that much.
Yeah.
I don't like R&B Drake.
I don't really. I don't really fuck.
I like R&B. I love R&B.
I don't know.
But
Drake is
R&B
straight.
Drake.
You know. I like Drake here and there.
I like Drake. I'm a Drake fan.
I'm not gonna listen to a whole album every. I don't know, like once a month.
I used to have a big problem.
I'm not gonna do that.
I used to have a big problem with Drake that weren't when like his actual album Drake. Mixtape
Yeah.
Drake is different,
Yeah.
but album Drake, a lot of them sound the same.
No.
Like
So,
Views and If You Read This Is Too Late sounds like the same album.
So album Drake is cool. I just can't listen to him too often.
Every R&B track from him is a skip for me for the most part.
Really?
There's a couple of them
I
that
don't
I
think
don't mind.
every. Some.
There's a
for
couple of them I don't mind.
The
but
one with
there's-
Rihanna for sure. That was played out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the best, like the ones
He's
that
got
get
2
played
of
out
them
are
that
usually
get
not the
played
best songs anyway.
He's got 2 of Rihanna that are played out though.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And
But he has a few that I listen to, but like Scorpion, I didn't listen to much of the second side.
No, I'm not a Scorpion fan. I didn't care for that album too much.
I liked
I
it.
didn't listen to all the way.
That's what I'm saying. So I liked it, but I stayed at the first half of the album.
Like the rap,
the
like
rap part.
the A side, the rap
Yeah, I
side.
didn't go to the B side very much.
I mean, it's all personal preference. I'm a Drake fan.
Booty.
I wait for I anticipate the new album, but like I didn't care for this last one.
Gotcha.
I actually didn't care for the one before it either, though.
Yeah.
Whatever that was called.
There's a few good hits on there.
Is that if you're reading this?
No, it was Views. I think it was the last one. Before that.
If you're reading this, was dope.
No, it was
That was next drop.
Yeah.
Views I didn't listen to too much though.
No, there was like a Jamaican or a very Caribbean
There was a Jamaican
influenced
album that came out. Canada,
Drake and Shaggy.
the most fucking non-Jamaican place
Drake
of all
and
time.
Shaggy. Yeah, right. Okay, yeah. Canada.
No, not at all.
Fucking
More Life.
Toronto. Oh yeah, more like.
Didn't care for that.
Oh yeah.
That wasn't too bad though. But
I didn't pay much attention.
I was
Yeah.
more so on if you're reading this.
I didn't really care for it too much, to be honest.
I
Which
really-
one? Any of them?
I really preferred what was his first album?
Ooh,
Drake.
Shit. I don't even remember the name of it.
dude. I should know this, but you know who will? Spotify.
Huh?
So Far Gone.
So Far Gone. I don't know. All of his albums have some hits on them. But
No, I mean, early Drake, man, was like a lot more consistently what I want to hear from him
yeah,
than he is now. But
there was something between so he finished Degrassi, and the 2 or 3 years after that, he started rapping.
Right.
He had his little thing.
yeah,
And that's when he was at his best.
I think so.
And that's kind of the beginning of that style of
You
rap.
can say that about a lot of
About it.
newer rappers though.
Yeah, for sure. But a lot of rappers weren't mixtape rappers first.
True.
You know, and that's one thing I will respect about Drake is that obviously he had
Maybe
Degrassi
that's
to back
because
him up.
Drake came under Wayne. Wayne's mixtape king.
Well, he also came out under Degrassi, which he did a little bit of rapping on to kind of showcase his thing. And I'm
Well-
sure in Canada the rap scene isn't as huge.
no, it's pretty big.
Hip hop is huge over there, yo.
Well, regardless, what I'm saying is he didn't sign to a label for the longest time, and he became huge. You know,
Yeah,
he was unofficially part of Cash Money.
I hear you.
You know,
Yeah,
so I don't know. That's something that a lot of people don't do. They don't come up independent, completely.
I think there's a lot more than you think. A lot more
That
southern
make
rappers.
it to the level that Drake did.
A lot of southern rappers.
No.
Scarface.
No, not the level of Drake.
Scarface was
Shit.
a big star though.
Lil Jon.
Lil Jon. I'm not saying they're on the level of, but they were independent and became some of the greatest rappers. Scarface is considered one of the top,
UGK.
one of the top 10 probably rappers.
This
I
is
mean,
saying an
UGK is
unsigned hype
within,
coming
their name.
you know.
Man, Unsigned Hype, that's some throwback shit.
Yeah, it is though.
Anyways,
Little source action for your ass.
so
5 micers.
we might as well go into the new music that came out now.
That's good.
So there's a few albums that came out. There's a lot more than what's on this list. If I don't mention it, it's because I don't care about it. So I apologize if you do. Number 1, Locksmith. I'm not sure. I don't know too much about him, but he put out a new album called Ali. I listened to it. I really liked it, honestly.
I heard a snippet of it in
It's
the
a
car.
good, easy listening album.
Yeah.
He's really lyrical. It's a good album.
It's real nice. Yeah.
So I would suggest you.
I think
go ahead and
I
check
think
that out.
I follow him on Facebook or Instagram or
Production
something.
is nice. His lyrics are definitely on point though.
Okay.
Yeah, content is there.
Yeah, it takes me to not comparing him to this guy, but when Talib music was really big,
I hear you.
that style.
Yeah, but I think a little more lyrical though. If I could, yeah.
More lyrical?
Right, because Talib,
I
was
wouldn't-
prime. Yeah.
Yeah, I would have to go through it again and give it another full, in order to kind of. But Talib is hard to put anybody on top of him from that typical style. You know?
Yeah.
But nice album. Listen to it. Check it out. Then Mr. FAB.
Right.
I don't listen to
Right.
any of his music,
I
but
don't.
he also put an album,
No.
Thug Tears 3.
Thug Tears.
Thug Tears. In case you're a thug and you're
Thugs
crying,
cry.
that's what it is.
Thugs cry.
3
Sure.
times.
Right.
Everybody gets 3.
Just 3.
Man, literally.
You get 3 great ones in your life.
That's what you Right.
See, Benny Blanco.
I haven't heard it yet, but I'm gonna look. I'm gonna listen
It
to
was
that.
categorized under pop, and that threw me off.
Really? See, I haven't. I don't know. I'm gonna listen. I didn't really, honestly, I didn't check for none of the new albums today. I was I don't know what I was doing. I was listening to just regular music.
Somehow I
and
got
shit.
through 3, and I didn't download anything until I was on my way home from work at 3:30.
Holy shit,
I was like, damn.
that's some good work.
But given
Due diligence.
given the EP 2-3 minute track era that we're in, it's not hard.
That's what I was saying last week. It's easier to get through albums.
But it's much easier to toss them to the side and go to that one.
It's
True.
very true.
Truth. But at least you get through it and realize you don't like it quicker.
I guess it's true.
It's bullshit.
So usually if I listen to the first track and then like part of the second one and I don't like it, that's it. It's gone. It's out of here.
Oh, what's this? In the air.
The OG, triple OG, Ice Cube.
I gotta listen to that shit. Hear what it sounds
Honestly,
like.
you don't.
I just gotta hear what it sounds like.
So
I haven't heard it yet. But he told me.
I'll first listen. I'll say like the first half of the album. It's like a dare campaign gone wrong, right? So like he's delivering this very anti-drug message outside of weed, and like anti-everything else, and the stupid people who are indulging in it, and how stupid he thinks it is, pretty much. With just a whole lot of cursing, you know. So the first half of the album is kind of weird, and then the second half it's more like it's a very politically charged album in many ways. Not that that's a new concept for Ice Cube, but I don't know. It was weird. It was okay. I probably skipped most of those songs when they came on.
I'm gonna give it a listen, but probably skip a lot of it. But fuck it, you know. You gotta give Ice Cube his
exactly. That's what I did. That was the first album I threw on today. That's true. So I'm gonna listen to it. You're not gonna like it very much, probably. So Triple X.
Yeah.
His album was released today.
I'll probably listen.
I listened to it. Good album. It's different than what I expected his style to be. I never really listened to any of his music prior to this. But he has like a weird like rockish side, a rap side, and then like a R&B kind of thing, you know.
Alternative.
Yeah, but he has all those styles, and they're not on the same song, you know. Like he'll switch them up.
Really?
And it's actually it's good listening. I don't mind it.
Okay.
There's one. It's called Train Food or something like that. I think it's the name. That's a really good song. He's talking about, you know, just
homeless or something. Like living homeless or something.
like basically being suicidal because people are looking at you differently, type of thing.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird, but I mean, give it that a listen for sure. It's a really quick album. I went through everything in like 20 minutes. So
okay.
It's worth the listen. And then this other guy who I don't really care for either, Gucci Mane.
I saw that. Yeah, I could not.
Gucci.
I couldn't do it.
Evil Genius. Yeah, no. The name of the album is Evil Genius.
That's not for me.
I don't think that he's an evil genius. I don't know why everybody thinks they're a fucking evil genius now. Like, sit your Kanye asses down.
Down.
Ain't nobody interested. And that's it. That's all I put on here as far as new music goes.
That's it. That's all.
Because I don't really. The rest of it, I don't.
I almost texted you and said like, "Yo, there's nothing to check for this week."
Yeah.
Glad I didn't look.
Well, so I looked last night, but I went to sleep before 12, so
I woke up excited too.
I remembered when I was about to leave work. I was like, "Ooh, new music came out."
Right, yeah. So I was like on the bus and I popped up like, "Oh, awesome!" Like,
and let me say for the record, that's the first time I was like, "Ooh, kind of excited."
Because I was checking out before, but I
forgot
forgot to. And I woke up the next morning and I was like, "Oh, nothing."
Yeah.
I didn't even look. Now one bit. Adam was like, "Did you check it? Did you listen to new music?" I was like, "Oh shit, it is Friday."
Usually I remember when I'm on my way here, and I'm like, that gives me about 40 minutes. I'm not really gonna pick up anything.
Nothing.
No. So, I don't know. There's another like 2-3 weeks left. See what albums come out. See if there's a Ross album that's supposed to come out.
You think one's gonna come? That's like a short amount of time.
Definitely early next year, most likely.
Hopefully soon. I mean, I just want it probably when it's cold out.
Your boy Push, I think, is supposed to put out an album in February.
Really?
Yeah.
Meek actually. Oh, did we talk about Meek's album?
We talked about it last week.
Yeah, but like,
Champion.
have you kept listening to it?
No.
I've been going back.
The problem is when I get in my car, it's automatically on shuffle when it syncs, and because of that, I'm usually just too late. You know what sucks? I'm gonna fucking delete all the J Prince like that storybook that I told, the audiobook.
It's a lot.
It's always fucking on.
So you
I
know
skip one song. No, I skip them. So one day I tried to get through them. I got through like, for instance, let's use Trapped in the Closet, right? The first 12 chapters.
The first 12 chapters of Trapped in the Closet are fucking hilarious.
And then I was like, all right, I'm done with you, J Prince. Like, your voice is really irritating me, and it sounds like this is all just a bunch of fabricated nonsense. It's probably not. I'm not trying to dodge you.
You should not.
You could be what you is. I'm not trying to do that.
You might have said too much already.
But listen, stop popping up on shuffle, man. You're killing the whole vibe with those things. I'm trying to ride along and just relax.
That's
and
more so your
listen.
library, but you know whatever.
Well, that's why I'm gonna delete it.
Exactly.
You know.
I get that.
Anyway, so
Listen to all that at once on your own time when you want to. Not
I'm
on
just
shuffle.
gonna not.
Not on shuffle.
I'm just gonna not listen to
You
it.
can't
ever
have
again.
like, you know, Jay-Z and then like Nas and then like this shit pops.
That's not what my top 3 looks like. It's not Jay-Z, Nas, Jay Prince.
Yo, my least favorite
I'm
thing
just
is
saying.
like
That ain't it.
my least favorite thing is the continuous skip. You just goddamn it, I can't find a good.
Remember, I
song.
was talking about trying to go through like a whole month without skipping, so I can get to know my library. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I just want to make sure I kind of get to know my playlist better, or at least my library. Not my playlist. I don't have any.
I still have
Playlist,
it by
I
my
said.
iPod.
Well, I mean, I don't really have.
I still got my iPod, by the way. I carry it around me with most days.
I still don't have. It's not like I have that much
Turn on the
music.
Jay-Z. I can't listen to Jay-Z anywhere else.
Let's go to the Jay-Z.
It's got everything, actually. It's got all that shit from back, like all the mixtapes and shit, the Wayne mixtapes.
Sometimes I feel like a fucking magician when I shuffle on, right? I'll be singing a song like the night before, and I get in my car in the morning,
Pops on.
and then that song pops out, like the first or second song, and I'm like, yo. Like, kind of, it's weird, you know, your phone knows everything that you're doing,
That's
but
very true.
to some degree, I appreciate it, you know? Like, I get in the car on Friday evenings, and my GPS pops up and says,
But it's quite
50
weird.
minutes to so-and-so block. I ain't gonna tell y'all where we at. But, but I'm like, damn, you know, it knows my habits. So every morning I get in the car, it says 25 minutes to work. It's just weird. But I think you can hear me when I'm talking about whatever song I'm singing. And then it'll just play it for me in the
You
morning.
think? Pretty sure it does.
I have no reason to believe it doesn't. Anyways, so as far as music goes, we have finished any topics, unless you guys have anything music related that you would like to discuss.
No, man.
And get a little bit into some of these sports.
I think we're gonna have some music to talk about coming
There
next week or
is
so.
plenty of music to talk about.
But I mean,
Yeah,
yeah,
That's what I'm saying.
yeah.
The rest of the month, we got some big things planned.
Some rap shows.
Trying to figure some things out. I'm not going to go into any details because if things don't pan out the way we expect them to, I don't want to hype you guys up for no reason. You know? But all right. So first things first, we were talking about actually off camera players who turn into coaches, who turn into GMs or whatever. You know?
Yeah.
So there was a story I saw actually about Derek Fisher, former player turned coach, who is now he's now going to be coaching head coach of LA Sparks.
Really? He's going to WNBA.
Going to the WNBA.
That's cool. That's cool. Why
It's
not?
interesting, you
Come
know.
on, man.
I mean, I don't think he's a great NBA coach, so maybe
Yeah.
maybe the WNBA will work for him. I don't know.
Hopefully, you know, because otherwise I don't know what he's going to do with the rest of his time. I don't think he has a personality that people want to bring him on.
No,
A foreign league? I don't know.
Foreign league.
I really don't
He can
know.
go and head coach.
He definitely
in Ice
doesn't
Cube's
have- he
Big
does-
3 league.
he definitely doesn't have the personality to be like a host, from what I can
I
see.
don't think so.
No.
So yeah, whatever.
It's funny because I mean we were discussing like people like Steve Kerr, you know, who actually went on to be successful coaches and players. I mean you can't argue with the resume that the guy can present.
Phil Jackson.
You know. Phil Jackson, did he play back in the day too?
Yeah,
Definitely.
he's got one championship.
Oh yeah, I remember he had one as a player.
This is unique.
So yeah, I guess that's why he went back to be
Yeah.
part of the organization. That
No, I
they
think
don't
he
really
went
seem
back
to like
because
him
they
very
There
much.
are plenty more coaches too that have
Yeah.
played.
Oh, indeed,
Absolutely.
indeed. But I think for everyone, there's
I
also
just
another
can't
one that
remember
hasn't.
them. Exactly.
I think a lot of the coaches were like athletes that they didn't turn out to be big stars, and they kind of fared well.
Yeah, but their
Because
knowledge
that-
of the game was great. So.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, but Derek Fisher thing. As far as coaches go, there's actually I think that's pretty much the rest of our news. It's just revolving around coaches. The Bulls fired Fred Hoiberg
Fucking right.
this past week.
It was-
So
Was
Fucking long overdue.
5-12, something like that.
something like that. Yeah.
Long overdue.
And now they're like 5-20. So the Bulls really fucking suck.
Really bad.
They're
Just
terrible.
really, really bad this
They're
year.
terrible.
Um,
I don't know what their game plan is, but
But Hoiberg hasn't really been a good coach.
no, not at all. I've been preaching he should have been fired like 2
That was the
seasons
best
ago,
way to put
easily.
it.
I questioned when they brought him in the first place.
Of course.
Everybody.
I was like, yo,
Paxton.
I'd rather have Vinny Del Negro coming back and coaching.
I'd rather the coach. I'd rather the team just try to coach
It
themselves.
was so bad.
Dude.
It was just that obvious player to coach.
Yeah.
Like scenario. Like, man.
That was a...
You knew how to run the play, but you don't know how to run the play as a coach, though.
Yeah.
Think about like the Jason Kidd, who he was in Brooklyn, then he went to the Nets, and he had some sort of minor success, but now he's kind of not coaching.
Yeah.
And he was a great player, my favorite point guard probably.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd give it there's like a different level of talent that Steve Kerr is working with, but I mean, you can't argue with the success he's had.
No.
The organization isn't going to argue with him, you know.
Not at all.
Although, my problem with the front office of the Bulls is they're not loyal to anybody.
No,
They don't
they're
give a fuck.
terrible.
Especially when it comes to the Bulls. This motherfucker, man, this is
Right,
what pissed me off. Yeah, he said he would trade every Bulls championship for another Sox championship.
Yeah.
Oh, do you realize the reason why you have the money that you have from these organizations is solely Bulls?
Yeah.
That's dumb.
Look in your Sox stadiums every
Well,
fucking
we don't
game.
know that. Where's his money come from? It could be from.
Well, that's
could be
what I said.
pennies.
That's why I said the money he's made as far as sports
Oh,
go.
okay. I was gonna
you
say.
know?
Yeah, because this could be pennies compared to what he's made.
That's
Yeah.
true.
His last name is Reinsdorf.
But
Just saying.
fuck Reinsdorf. That's about it.
Big cherry.
But on some more beneficial to Chicago news, Green Bay Packers have fired their head coach,
Good.
Mike McCarthy.
Falling apart up there, guys.
They are. Although it really just makes
Fucking right.
it really feeds into this narrative that Aaron Rodgers is this big fucking diva princess little bitch. You know? They were bumping heads. He didn't want to perform
I feel like he wasn't
plays.
before, but he is now.
He didn't want to perform the plays that his coach was calling, and he bumped heads with them a lot. And because of that, they let go of the coach.
That's yeah.
They're not trying to. Give
That's
it
a little whack.
They're not trying to give it to Aaron Rodgers, I
No.
guess. But fuck Aaron
Can't
Rodgers.
miss that ring.
No.
He ain't getting no other rings.
Fuck
The next team in this conference that's getting a ring has got to be us. We're looking too good right
Oh
now.
my god.
Bears.
Maybe.
I'm finding it hard to not support my Bears, but I'm trying to not support the NFL.
I'm the same way.
So if I can do that, and I really can watch and enjoy a football game with the Bears.
I understand.
But if I can't separate the two, like I just don't like the NFL like the way they are.
I get that.
But if I can separate it, then I can enjoy supporting my hometown team.
Right.
You know.
Listen, I feel the same way. You know, when we first started this podcast, I voiced my concerns about the whole NFL thing and whatever. But of course, this would be the one fucking season that the Bears look good.
Yeah, of course. So that's what I'm saying. I'm trying to. Excuse me. I'm trying to separate the two, and if I can be successful at that, I can enjoy it. If not, it taints it to me.
It's difficult because it's kind of the same thing as separating fucking child rapist R. Kelly from his music, which was everybody's jam at one point or another. He didn't put out any songs that didn't.
It's like, man, I
somebody at
did
some
used
point.
to enjoy that song, but now
It's the same thing as fucking not supporting, like, if Kanye was to put out what you would consider a classic multi-platinum selling album right now, quality.
You wouldn't want to admit it.
Yeah, like he's a complete fuckhead this year. Why would I want to listen to this album? But
Joe Kanye.
goddamn, I heard it's so
Fuck
good.
you,
Like I
Kanye.
want to, I don't know, whatever. Stupid fucking Bears. Had to make it difficult to not watch you this season. Khalil.
For the first time ever, you're trying to make me watch you.
Right, for the first time since '85, since the year you
No,
were
I'd say since like
No,
06.
yeah, because Urlacher was.
Yeah. Not even 06, but like there was like a 5 or 6 year span where the team was really
Very
pretty good.
Yeah, but we had the number one defense in the league for a few years.
Yeah.
That was we had Grossman as the quarterback at the time, right?
Ugh, those were
Yeah.
years, man.
If we didn't have a Grossman, we would have been good.
And Cutler.
Yeah, but Cutler came like 09?
Yeah, I think.
I think 09.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, well, that's
Dude, have you seen my boy Lovey lately? He's rocking this big white Santa
Yeah.
Claus beard.
No, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't see that.
and he just signed to Illinois through like 2021, I think.
He looks like an old Mac.
That's cool.
Yeah.
He always has a little little fedora hat.
Yeah. No, he's a college coach for sure. He's never gonna leave that. I think he's pretty comfortable. They probably treat him like a god down there or some shit.
Oh yeah, I'm
That's
sure.
awesome. It's good.
Yeah, it's good to see good things for him.
Hell yeah.
It was a good
Lovey was with us for a long time.
dude. It was a
He
good
was.
squad too.
He was.
We had a good team.
Hell yeah.
We had all the pieces.
Mm-hmm.
His reactions were like Belichick-esque.
You know what's weird?
I think so.
Even Trubisky being a second-year quarterback right now, if we had him instead of Grossman, we probably would have won that Super Bowl.
More than likely. More than likely.
Because that defense was unstoppable.
Dude, we were... that was the year that Rex Grossman was injured and Kyle Orton took over for like 8 games and we won like 8 straight. And then when Rex Grossman came back, they put Rex back in.
That is true.
Which, why would you do that, you know? I understand, but you're killing all the momentum.
Yeah, 100%.
So, I don't know. But,
Rex was a terrible fucking quarterback.
He was really
yeah.
bad. Yeah.
Fucking terrible.
We
Fuck
have
that
not
guy.
had a decent quarterback in some time.
Fuck Rex Grossman.
I got high hopes for this new kid. He's good. He's kind of like a Mike Vick type of
Mobile quarterback.
Yeah, he's very mobile.
Scrambles.
Scrambles. He's good at getting out of tight situations.
Yeah.
And you know, but so
Yeah.
but yeah, he's really he's fun to watch. You know, he puts on a good show. I haven't seen a game this season that I've been, you know.
Yeah, no.
Given I only watched Bears.
I've
games.
seen like 3 games.
I saw a few. I mean,
Yeah.
they look tight.
Yeah.
No, they do. They look like they get their
Their offense is
They're
horrible.
like a season away. They're like
Defense is totally there.
like a
defense
season
is
away, dude, from like probably some formidable, like actual, you know, possible playoff games.
Well, we have a lot of, like, so once Trubisky is a little bit more developed, and then you have, what's the dude's name, Cohen? The running back, what's his name now?
Man, I can't remember. But Cohen, I think, is his last name.
Tariq Cohen, I think, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
Dude, that guy, that little man, he can go.
Nah, I'm looking forward to like them being able to be successful in the future.
Yeah, for sure. So, but yeah, that's sports, that's music.
That's it.
That's a wrap on the topics, man.
I mean, we got sneakers, or
We
is
got
that-
sneakers. We got any sneakers?
No, I don't know. I think
9-7.
these are just rewears.
Yeah, for us.
These are double backs, triple backs, maybe.
Shit. Quintuplets for me.
I mean, shit happens. You know
It's
what
for
I'm
a
saying?
while now.
You got
What's
4 of
Quinn?
those?
5 times.
What?
Oh yeah. Wait,
What was that 5 times though?
I think Quinn is for 4.
No,
Is it?
quad.
Yeah.
No, quad's 4.
Oh, Hexa is 5.
Quad is 4.
What's
Listen,
Quinn?
Quad
I have
quad
no
means
idea.
4.
What's Quinn?
I don't know.
Quintuplets.
Quad is 4.
This is true.
Quintuplets.
Quadruplets is a thing.
Yeah.
Quintuples quads is 4.
Listen, I don't know.
Anyway, are those your words?
These. So you know, I'm not like typically an Adidas person, right?
True.
But so if you know anything about your sneaker history, these are the Crazy 8s. They were created initially as a Kobe Bryant shoe. I really just enjoyed the look of them in general. The ones they put out nowadays, they kind of changed them and they suck.
I like the
What?
insole.
I had to buy these
I do too.
because I'm, you know, a self-proclaimed diehard Bulls fan.
Yeah.
And because of that, you know, these say Bulls on the tongue, they say Bulls on the side. They have the number 8 here to signify the Kobe thing. And of course, the Benny the Bull fur on the outside of the tongue and the tie-dye inside.
That's dope.
Yeah, so
pretty
this
dope.
is a shoe I like having in my collection. I don't pull it out anymore very often, but I gave it a run around when I first got them.
No, it's a nice shoe, man.
Definitely.
Nice shoe.
I haven't had to change my socks. You know what I'm saying? Because I had some like half-high blue basketball socks on at first.
Oh,
I was trying to stay warm, you know.
They were matching.
But no, yeah, I wasn't trying to pull up the tongue and show you the inside and have long blue socks.
No doubt, no doubt. As long as they ain't white though.
Not pimping.
You got white socks on? You got white socks on, Dave?
I don't.
I was gonna say, I hope you don't.
They're wool socks.
Wolves on purple and cream.
Alright.
Let me shout
Side
out
game.
first of all our cousin Basil, because I don't know if y'all know some of the shoes coming out Saturday the 8th. We're gonna be past that when this comes out, but those Concord 11s have
Yeah.
been officially stamped
Got
as
him.
mine.
Oh, so your cousin's the Connect?
He's the connect. Yo, shout out to the plug,
That's what's up.
the
Yeah.
little cousin.
I didn't get any, but I didn't ask. And plus, I already have mine, but these actually that are being released are much nicer and a little bit closer to what they were before.
They said it's the exact same design as when you had them on.
It's close. It's
That's what it
close.
said. And Nike.
Well, that's their. But no, it's really close. But I think if you compare them, there's a little difference. But if you compare yours when you get them, we're gonna show them on camera. There's a big difference.
Yeah.
And mine aren't beats, so you'll be able to see that there's still a fairly good there's a difference in the patent leather cut.
Yeah.
The shoe just looks taller, just a little different silhouette to me.
Yeah.
Honestly, I want to get these. I really do. But I've already got these.
Ask me when you're gonna see me wear them. Probably not. This is gonna be a special occasion for those motherfuckers to come
I
out.
think next year I'm gonna do my damnedest to wear those probably for a good month straight.
This will be the only pair of 11s that I have.
We'll see, man. You might go a little bit and try to grab some other shit.
Well, I mean, absolutely. But to this point, this will be the only pair of 11s.
Yeah, there's a few
And
pairs.
as you can see, there's quite an extensive collection going on.
I'm looking for great 5s or 6s.
Yeah.
So
They just came out too recently in the summer.
Yeah, they did.
Summer.
You can probably find them.
yeah, they're expensive, but I saw them.
There's a few sites.
It depends.
But I mean, just keep looking.
It's like $238. So
Yeah.
There's a
that's
consignment
about right.
store in Woodfield, and a lot of them they don't even mark them up because they're not worth anything if you go online. So check that place out.
Yeah, I would too.
But yeah, so that's y'all got any closing statements you'd like to make before we get the fuck on out of here?
Thank you to all of the 100 subscribers we got.
Thank
We
you to
appreciate you. For those who aren't subscribed yet, and look back on this episode, and have subscribed since then, we appreciate you as well. More to come, right?
Yeah, definitely. Shout out to one of my coworkers, Diana. She's the one who ended up being 100th sub.
Thank you. Thank you.
Y'all I know.
Thank you, Diana.
Way to go, Diana.
Deanna, everybody who I work with, who's actually subscribed. If you haven't,
Much appreciated to all of you.
We appreciate it.
Whoever those 100 are. Love.
Yeah, for sure. So, thank y'all for coming by. Episode 23, Jordan episode, which coincidentally is the one episode I know where Jordan's. Yeah, it was a good episode, guys.
Most definitely.
Glad that y'all came by, hang out with us. Stay warm, because it's fucking cold outside.
Be sure to make sure to follow us on all those social media platforms.
All those. You should have them by now.
Yeah. And links in the description. We ain't going to talk about them anymore.
But real fast, before we go anywhere, obviously shout out to Glenn. Get your shit together.
Opposite shout out
the
Glenn.
fuck? If I don't hear from you next week, I'm coming to murder you. I'm joking.
Opposite
joking.
shout
No, don't say that. But we going to hit you up.
Yeah. Come get them. All right.
All right,
Yo, holla at y'all.
Peace.
Peace.